There's a lot of things in this world that I'll pay, but student loans is not one of them.
I'm not paying back my student loans.
And if I never pay them student loans back, whoop-de-doo!
Whoop-de-doo!
Ain't nobody told y'all to trust me with that much money anyways. And I don't remember promising I was gonna pay them back. Dang it.
It's a lot of people right now planning on not paying their student loans back. And I'll tell you, as a survivor of the whole student loan situation,
don't do it. You'll regret it, man. Trust me.
they're going to get that money back one way or another.
You're goddamn right.
What it look like, TV?
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did you miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today, y'all, we're going to get into the people that think that they're not going to pay their student loans back. Little do they know the student loan people, they're more aggressive and they're worse than the IRS if you ask me. Those people are persistent.
Just send your cash.
And they will get that money back. But like I told you, it's a lot of people that think that they're just going to run off on the student loan people.
I keep seeing student loan debt videos and how, it's going into collections and everybody needs to start paying their shit back. And there's people in the comments talking about we don't mind to pay it back. We just don't want to pay the interest and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm trying to figure out who the is the we in this equation. Because not I. Not I. I don't want to pay none of it back. And I mean none of it. Interest or not, I don't want to pay it back. I don't know. I just feel like I shouldn't even be in this country. School should be free. Y'all don't want to. That's my reparations. You giving me free school. Yeah. Free education is my reparations. Y'all don't want to give me nothing else. Take that student loan debt and shove it up your ass. I don't want to pay it back. I really don't. Interest or not. Y'all can keep that because, baby, I do not want to pay none of it back. Even if they take away the interest, I don't want to pay it back. Y'all got it.
I'm not paying my student loans. The government keeps threatening all these things they're going to do to people if they don't pay their student loans. I don't think they realize we don't care. We don't have enough to care. We don't care about credit scores anymore. We don't care if you siphon our paychecks. We're just going to quit and move on to the next company because that company was probably going to fire us anyway. People don't stay at jobs like they used to. People aren't locked in to a job they have to stay at for 35 years because they're getting a pension and great benefits. Those things don't happen anymore. So if you threaten to siphon people's paychecks, they're just going to quit and go to another company because that company was probably going to go bankrupt anyway and fire everybody in the next couple months.
Right.
This is going to be so much work for the government to siphon paychecks, and it's not going to get them enough money. They're going to end up losing money because they're going to have to hire thousands of people to try and get this money from people that don't have it.
There was so many holes in her story, I don't know where to begin. But your paycheck and your payroll always has your social security number on it. So even if you move to another company, it'll just be a month or two delay and then they'll be garnishing your paycheck there, ma'am. And I understand how it gets tight and it feels like you can't pay these people. Because believe me, I have been there. I have been to the point to where they was garnishing my paycheck. But you have to pay them. You agreed to the loan. I got suckered in the same way and trying to run and say it's not fair and make up all these excuses why you're not going to pay is going to do nothing but accumulate you more interest. That's the only reason why I'm going there with this video. So a lot of people don't try to jump in the comment section talking about whose side I'm taking. I'm taking the people's side because the longer you wait, the more interest you are going to incur. So it doesn't make sense for you to start getting all political about where your tax dollars are going and why you're not paying because you're going to have to pay anyway in the end.
I already wasn't planning on paying the student loans. I'm going to just give it to you straight right here. I was never planning on giving it back from the moment that I signed up for it. I'm triple not paying it now. I'm triple not paying it now. Are y'all crazy? Mind you, I'm not even supposed to be on this app. I quit this app, but I'm back now because shit has gotten out of hand. You're taking money out of people's checks to fund and you want me to take money from my own life, from thine own life, to fund when we got homeless people in tent cities. Think of the darkness and depravity of that phrase. Cities of tents. And you want to send the tent city money over to the fund? Kiss my ass.
It's funny how when all of a sudden people owe the government, all of a sudden they become the best accountants and the best politicians out there on the planet. Just pay your bill.
There's a lot of things in this world that I'll pay, but student loans is not one of them. I'll be seeing like people stress out about paying student loans, and I'm not gonna have that stressor. Why? Because I'm just not gonna pay it. I just don't get the concept of me furthering my education and going to school so I can be in debt 100 grand. I just don't understand. So what y'all telling me is that we can fund wars for countries that ain't got nothing to do with us, but we making our Americans pay all this money in debt for school.
I'm not paying back my student loans. They need to learn some financial responsibility. Who the gives $50,000 to an 18-year-old who has no job?
Education department is warning that if we don't pay back our student loans, that our wages are going to start being garnished. I thought y'all were supposed to be somewhere not existing. When they dismantled the education department, they also dismantled my $56,000 in student loans that I owe, okay?
Come on, who said that?
And the thing is, I shouldn't even owe those loans. I should not even owe those loans. For half my college career, I was literally a homeless student. And their solution was, here are more predatory loans so you can get a degree and go work in public service. Oh my God, why do you want it to be free? You should just went into a trade. It wasn't offered to me. It was not offered to me. I would have loved to have gone into a trade and been an electrician and not had student loan debt, but I did what I needed to do. I was 17 years old. You gave a 17-year-old $30,000 in student loans. And now I'm supposed to pay it back? The education department was dismantled. So why are my student loans not dismantled? Talking about garnishing wages. 5 million people, y'all out y'all mind.
One thing I notice about predatory loans, they're never predatory when people are cashing a check.
He ain't lying.
They're only predatory when people got to go to pay them back.
It's not fair.
Like I said, man, I was in the same situation. I took the same bait, man. 93 wasn't nothing about trade school ever said to me. It was college and the military. And everybody, all the parents of my generation, the next generation up for me, it was all about being proud about you, about getting a college degree. They was pushing all of us to get college degrees. And all of us ended up with this debt. We all took the bait. And we couldn't turn around and say, oh, you got us. It was predatory. We didn't know. We was 18. Nah, we went to college. We had a good time. Some of us got degrees. Some of us didn't. And we had to pay for it years following. It's the game. Don't participate in the game if you don't want to play the game.
As I have said several times before, I am not paying back any of my student loans. And one thing that I have seen repeated several times, people who are saying like, oh yeah, why would I have to have my taxes go to let college students, party and rage for 4 years? It makes me think that if you had gone to college or if you had been able to get in, that's what you would have done. You'd have gone to college, you would have partied, you would have been drunk all the time. The people who throw this around like it's like a common college experience, to go and, join a frat and get drunk every night are so completely out of touch with the reality of what it is to go to college. The vast majority of people who had to take out student loans are not financially privileged enough to be partying like you imagine people are partying at college. I know you probably have seen like a movie about a frat house and you think that's the college experience. You know who was partying all the time in college? The burnout losers. Is that what you want to be? Is that the experience you wanted to have? You wanted to be the burnout loser, passed out on the floor of a frat house? Even if college were free and accessible for you, it sounds like that's how you would have spent your time there. And now you're butthurt because you missed out on an experience that is not even based in reality. People did not take out student loans and bust their ass to go party for 4 years. That's just what you wanted to do.
I gotta call BS on that, man, because I partied hard as hell and I wasn't even eligible for a lot of student aid. The people that was eligible for all the student aid that was going to the registrar's office and getting them big checks twice a year, man, they was partying hard as hell, man. Everybody was partying in college. That was part of the college experience. At least in Pennsylvania it was. I don't know where you went to school at, but I'm not buying that one, buddy. But anyway, man, a lot of these people sound like their student loans are fresh. They haven't really yet experienced the persistency of the student loan people, because once the student loan people zero in on you, oh, they're gonna make life hell for you.
These student loans, like the calls, are really making me regret ever going to college, considering I'm not even doing anything in my degree. But like, these calls are just a reminder that I'm like, first of all, doing nothing with my life. Second of all, broke as shit. And yes, I hee haha about it here, but like, it's literally not a joke. It's like embarrassing, and it's like the most stressful thing. And I never want to be the person that's like driven by money. Like, that's not me, but like sometimes I wish I was, so I wouldn't be in the position I'm in. And like, dealing with these calls and having to basically say my situation, like, I literally cannot pay off an amount on these damn student loans. And then the fact that they're so relentless, they call every person in my family, they call people not related to me, but like associated with me, and I don't even know how it's just crazy. And it's like, I hate it. It's like, you're coming at me for my own little debt when this country's in debt. Like, it's so frustrating, and it gets me so angry. And literally, it's like, I avoid these calls at all times. They send me into full-on panic attacks. But then sometimes I just have to make the call because they're calling everyone else in my life. And it's so frustrating. And yes, maybe I did it to myself. Maybe I should be smarter about money. Maybe I should just take on any job that like will pay me. And I'm luckily finally starting a job, but it's not what I want to be doing. Not using my degree. It's another serving job. It's working at Hooters at 28 years old, living back at home.
Once the student loan people get your phone number or your address, you might as well move, and you might as well throw your phone away, because they are going to call you at least 5 times a day, every day, with the most threatening and the most scary phone calls. You're going to want to pay those people. You do not know who you dealing with. They are worse than the IRS. And then one day when by chance you happen to check your credit score, you're going to be totally shocked.
So is everyone lying about not paying their student loans back? Because why did my credit score just go down 127 points? With student loan repayments being delayed, I kind of forgot about it until I got this notification about my credit score dropping. There's absolutely no way that all of you have allowed for your credit scores to drop this low and don't care. Like, what are we doing? Are we repaying them? What is happening?
We? Who's we? There is no we.
She don't understand it and I don't understand it, but like people have said multiple times in this video, they don't care about their credit.
We don't care about credit scores anymore. We don't care.
A lot of people don't care about their credit nowadays, as shocking as that may be to a lot of us. But the government has another trick up their sleeve, and the next trick is a real tricky trick that's going to mess everything up in your life. The garnishment.
Pay back your student loan or they're going to garnish your paycheck. Effective now. You cannot ask for a government loan to go to school and then decide you don't want to pay it back for whatever reason. You don't have a job, you didn't get a job in your career, you're broke, you don't like the current administration. One of those things or all of those things, it doesn't matter. If you have a job right now, they're going to garnish your paycheck because that student loan money was not free money. You were 18. I didn't know, because that's what some of the comments said in the last video I made. I was 18. I didn't know that I had to pay it back. Okay, so that's ridiculous. And secondly, you could read at 18. So you read the document and you signed the document and you had your hand out and you took the money. Now you have to pay it back. Just like a mortgage, you buy a house, you have a mortgage, you have to pay it every month or they take the house away. When you have a car note, if you don't pay your car note, the repo guy comes and takes your car. If you take out a student loan, you have to pay it back. And because it was silent all these months, I guess you guys thought you didn't have to pay it back. And now you guys are making videos teaching each other how to find a roundabout to not pay it back. You've had plenty of opportunities to pay it back, and you voted for the last administration because they promised to make the loan debt go away. It's not going away, and they're going to garnish your paycheck. You can get mad all you want to. And if you're one of those people who say, well, I should be entitled for a free education, you should be. We all should be. But in the United States of America, you have to pay for your education. And you knew that when you went to go to school and get the degree that now you can't find a job in because you guys all got those ridiculous degrees that don't mean anything. Doesn't matter. You have to pay the loan back.
The American government is about to start garnishing people's wages if they owe student loan debt. If you are 270 days or more behind on your student loans, you are at risk for having your wages garnished up to 15%.
Oh, damn! Garnishment is the absolute worst possibility. The amount of interest that you accumulate daily, everything that you're paying through that garnishment is only going through interest. I paid a garnishment for 7 years, and I was thinking, well, they're taking their money. It's no need for me to be worried about it. They're getting their money. When I went and checked after 7 years, it was like I didn't even make a dent in it. I had to handle that situation, get on the actual payment plan, and give up a couple of income tax checks to get it right. Believe me, once you get to the garnishment stage, you're pretty much damn near in the land of no return. You want to get that handled as soon as possible because you're just throwing money into the wind. You're pretty much triple paying them at that point. You see where I'm coming from? But anyway, it's a lot of people out there that they figured they found the loophole in this whole situation. And this loophole is the most expensive loophole I ever heard of. They're just going to go to school forever.
I've decided that I'm never going to pay back my student loans, and this is how I'm going to finesse it. I'm currently getting a doctoral degree, and I'll be milking those student loan refund checks throughout the process, while, of course, doing the work authentically. However, upon graduation in about 2.5 years, I'm going to continue to go to college for the rest of my life. This isn't a new secret. However, I'm going to pay out of pocket 2 classes a semester, 6 credits in a degree-seeking program, at least 2 semesters a year. That'll be about $2,000 max, including books. And then I'll get a lifetime learner's credit of $1,000 on my tax return. So my net payment is only $1,000. And I will continue to get associate's degrees. And just,
And because you out here spreading the game online, you and multiple other people, and this is a commonly known fact, sooner or later they're going to put an end to this, and that bill's going to become due on you guys, and then y'all going to be on here complaining about why did they change the rules when you out here running your mouths. But anyway, man, like I said, I think it's best to be totally sure, have a clear goal in mind if you are going to go to college, because a lot of us got caught with these student loans and no degree, man. And if you ask me to be 100% honest with you, I think college hasn't been college since the late 80s, man. It seems like it was a point in time when a college degree meant something. When you came out, actually pursuing something that we all heard of before. Like when you used to go to college to be a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, college was working. But then all of a sudden they opened college up to everybody and made 1,000,001 majors. And now people are graduating with all types of degrees.
Hi, my name is Kayla. I'm graduating from NYU Gallatin, and my concentration is economic inequality in the U.S. and Caribbean.
Period. Hey, my name is Nayeli. I'm from Galveston, and my concentration is spiritual healing.
Hi, my name is Eliel, and I concentrated in Black storytelling.
Hey, my name is Gabby. My concentration is called Exploring Colonialism and Sustainable Economic Development.
Period.
I'm Alexia, and my concentration is creativity as communication, how the arts act as a language outside of verbal communication. Period.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the 2025 Starbucks Barista Draft Class.
2 smileys.
Let's be 100% honest with each other, y'all. Right now, people going to school getting $100,000 worth of debt for careers that nobody never heard of, man. It's like they making this stuff up somewhere in the back room and selling it to the public. To be honest, I think college is pretty much one big scam right now, man. It's getting you to pay a whole, but first, I think paying for education, if y'all want to talk about anything as an outdated model, if you wanted to talk about the internet put anybody out of business, the internet should have put these colleges and these schools out of business. College is the only thing that has gone up in price continuously for the past 40 years, year over year over year, with no pauses. And you can get the same education at a community college than you can get at a university, that you can get at a state college. So, you know, this whole college thing and this whole learning thing is one big scam. But you got to make sure that you don't get super scammed by going and getting one of those degrees, respectfully, man. If you're going to go, at least go for something that we all heard of before, so you could come out and have a chance of getting a job. Like I said, this whole education thing is crazy. But if you agree to play the game, man, you got to play the game until the end. It's no, you don't want to play the game now when it comes time for you to have to pay, man, because it's only, like I keep trying to stress to y'all, it's only going to affect you. The whole, I'm just going to go to school for the rest of my life. Can you imagine 25 years of interest on a student loan? Like, you don't want to play that game. You don't want to play that game. But anyway, man, hit me up in the comment section. Tell me about your student loan experiences, because I know a lot of y'all out there got student loans. I am not the only one. And you know, this video is going to end like all the other ones. Hit me up in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about everything you have just witnessed.
Tell me how you felt about what just happened there.
And if you made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.
So let me get this straight. They made you go to college and then they made you take out a loan when you were 18 and didn't know what you were doing. So the amount of nonsense that I'm hearing on this app around the student loan repayment is crazy. And all it boils down to is lack of accountability. I don't want to hear that when you were 18, someone forced you to go to college and then made you take out a loan, because a lot of y'all are hundreds of $1,000s in debt, not from a 4-year college stint. It's because you went back to college as an adult when you had, you know, when you knew what you were doing, because apparently when you were 18, no one told you what a loan was, even though you signed for it. Stop. Take accountability. No one cares that you have bills to pay and all these things. If you had a mortgage right now, you couldn't say, I'm not paying it. And then I heard people saying, well, a mortgage and an auto loan is not the same. I do agree that those student loans were predatory, 100%. They were at the campuses throwing Amex cards at these kids. But that doesn't give you an excuse for not paying your bills and not paying your loan back. Loans are not free money. Who did you think was going to pay it in the event you couldn't? Like, I don't understand why there's so much discourse around these loan repayments. You took out the loan and you have to pay it back. And short of all of the little workarounds that you guys are saying, oh, I'm just going to have my job pay me in a check and not direct deposit. Figure it all out, because all I'm saying is when you're looking around for workarounds to not pay your debt, that's speaking to your character. And I'm sure you guys don't care. But the lack of accountability that I talk about on this app is wild. And there is one group of people that are the ones making excuses. I didn't know what I was doing. I was only 18. They tell us that we have to go to college. Who's they? I don't understand. You were 18 and you didn't have a parent that you could ask for, like, hey, mom, hey, dad. So you were just away in college, just taking money and thinking that it was free. Pay back your debt, learn a lesson, and maybe teach your kids not to sign contracts that require you to pay back something. No one's coming to your rescue. The excuses, and especially from now, you're adults now, it sounds pretty lame that you're screaming on TikTok about having to pay back a loan you agreed to pay back. Again, loans are not free money. The fact that you were 18 and you didn't know what you were doing is lame, because you had parents. I would imagine there was some adult in your life that you could have asked for counsel around what a loan is. And then y'all went out and took out another one because a whole group of women, my color, want to take out and be MBAs. They want to talk about how they have an MBA. So you took out another loan. So you got loans and you got degrees in marketing. Or you going to work in marketing? You have like degrees in criminal justice. That was the hot one back in the day. Do you work in criminal justice? So now because you don't work in the field that you got a degree in, not only are you mad because you don't work in that field, because you only picked that field because that was the hot trending thing, now you're mad because you got to pay the money back. So yeah, you were 18. Nobody cares. You're not 18 now. Be responsible and don't teach your children to think that loans are free money. Be an example for once and for all.